Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Labor Day sale and get 35% off paints and stains August 22nd through September 4th. With prices starting at $31.84, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Who's that lady? The nice exercise lady. She's Claudine Cooper. The nice exercise lady. On Wellness Wednesday. The nice exercise lady. She will teach you all there is about wellness and fitness, and as her motto says, your short workout is better than no workout. Oh, better than no workout, baby.
KFI, it's Later with Mo Kelly. We're live everywhere on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. I've been away on vacation, and before that, Claudine Cooper was away on vacation. Now our schedules have finally meshed for once in a good long while. Claudine Cooper, it's great to see you.
It's great to be back, Mo. How was your trip?
It was absolutely wonderful. It was just long enough. I didn't feel as if like, oh my gosh, I wish I had another week. It was enough. I don't like living out of a suitcase.
Yeah.
So it was time to come home.
Question. You know, I know you were on a cruise.
Yes.
And I've never been on a cruise myself, so I'm curious, what's the food situation when you're on a cruise?
There are two real answers to that. There's formal dining where you go and have the formal sit down dinner, and you have maybe one to four options that you can choose from on a given night.
Yeah.
And you usually wear something that's not shorts and a t-shirt. That's the formal dining.
Is it required?
Usually they've relaxed some of that over the years. Mm-hmm. They used to have like a captain's dinner in the middle of the week if it's a week-long cruise and you get to meet the captain. Everyone dresses up, they take pictures. But they've moved away from that. Mm-hmm. That's formal dining. And then you have, at least on Royal Caribbean, they have what is called the Windjammer, which is a super buffet of more food and gluttony that you can ever imagine, from appetizers to dessert and everything in between. And depending on the port that you're in or going to, they'll usually craft the cuisine to reflect. Like we were going into Mykonos, they would have gyros and other Greek food.
Feta,
all that kind of
Kalamata, olives, and the whole nine. You know, it's funny because I've heard that. So that was the part I was trying to get to. I've heard that it's a lot of eating and a lot of drinking.
It is what you make it to be.
Okay.
In other words, you can buy a drink package, or you can, eat yourself into a coma, or you can go to the other end of the spectrum and you can see the people who are working out religiously 2 and 3 times a day, which is consistent with this conversation. And I remember I posted the first morning I was on the cruise, got up real early, went to the gym, and you'll see the same people who are working out. So, and the gyms are rather elaborate, and they're big enough where people are doing yoga and different mat work, and they're free weights.
Did you say gyms, plural, on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
More than one?
Yeah, depending on the cruise ship and line, absolutely.
Wow.
Because one may not be enough to accommodate the number of people on a cruise ship. This one that I was on now, they had a formal gym and more like a workout area in addition to that.
Wow, you know, it's piquing my interest first and foremost, and my husband will tell you, I love a good buffet.
Oh, Tuwala can tell you firsthand. It's look, Las Vegas has nothing on a cruise ship. Let me tell you. Oh yeah.
Okay, so
we got to get you on a cruise ship sometime.
I know I got your text about potentially going on a cruise in 2026, so I'm going to keep that in my mind. We'll see. Yeah, my husband hates buffets though, by the way.
But no, they're put it this way. You can walk around with, let's just talk about this the whole segment. There are places on, especially Royal Caribbean, which we use, where you can go get pizza or you can get a steak. They have restaurants on the ship. In addition, they had a sushi bar as well. They were giving classes on how to
make a sushi roll or something. Yeah.
Yep. So you're not limited to the buffet, but the buffet provides the convenience of I'm hungry now and I don't want to wait 15, 20 minutes for my food to be prepared. I love the buffet option in the morning for breakfast, so I can get my omelet made to order and all the other stuff that I want alongside it. And of course, you can get your fruit, you can get your salad at any time. Yeah, there are plenty of options. It's gluttony.
It's definitely something that I would like to do in my lifetime, is at least try it. I do get motion sickness, and that started when I was a child. If I was in a car for a long period of time, I would start to get sick, and it still affects me to this day. So boats, cars, planes, that motion it doesn't sit right with me.
Tuwala had the same concern, and you can either get, he can tell you, you can get a pill or a patch.
Okay.
There's a patch I think you put at the base of your neck right behind your ear, which helps with motion sickness. And I think there's also like a Dramamine pill as well.
Well, as a child, I did used to have a Dramamine pill to take when we would go anywhere, like on a road trip. And that's one of the reasons to this day I still really don't like road trips, because you will take a Dramamine, and although it'll curb the motion sickness, you are still feeling that drowsiness for hours after you've taken it.
I've always likened it, and this is going to sound weird, but if you've been in California and you've been in a light earthquake where you have just a little bit of motion, that's what it feels like. And for me, it's soothing because it's almost like rocking yourself to sleep. For me, it's no better sleep than sleeping on a cruise where you have that you just have that very subtle feel to it. Now, it's different if you are at the back of the ship and you're closer to the engine. You're going to feel it more as opposed to the other portions. But those are the things that you learn after multiple cruises, things that you want to do, things that you try to avoid.
Well, I know I'm taking up all of our time talking about your cruise, but I'm so interested. But I know we were going to talk about these wellness grants that they've been giving to schools.
Yes.
So let's just ease into the topic.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll table the cruise ship. We'll talk about the cruise ship when we think about what we're doing for 2026. But tell me more about this grant situation.
The American Heart Association, they've given out 69 grants to 69 schools to support healthier communities nationwide. You may not know, but only 1 in 4 children here in the country gets the recommended amount of daily physical activity, and about 1 in 3 overweight or obese. That doesn't surprise me at all. I'm surprised that the numbers aren't more distressing. But from where you sit and your children are a little bit closer to school age as far as matriculating than mine, I wonder if anyone gets any type of exercise, because they don't have recess in the traditional sense anymore. And I don't think they feature PE like they used to once upon a time.
Okay, so I should start by saying that I'm a public school child. My children were public school kids, and that I also have worked with the American Heart Association for over 10 years. So 2 things are at play here. Public school programming is being cut. That's just on many electives, anything from art to music to PE and things like that. My children actually did have PE in their public schools. In their middle school, they had what's called CrossFit PE, where they literally run them through a CrossFit style workout.
That's new. I haven't heard of that.
So It just depends on the school, but I know that they're trying to find ways to incorporate PE back into the programming due to the rates of obesity in overweight children.
Has the idea of obesity changed? Because I went to the doctor yesterday and they do the kind of the body mass index, and you would think that, well, what is termed as obese now doesn't usually jive with what our concept of obese is. If you're like 15 pounds overweight, you're quote unquote obese. Has it always been that way, or what? Has the definition changed?
So it's hard for me to say because I do operate more from body mass index and not as much from the scale. In fact, with the people that exercise with me, I often tell them, throw your scale away.
Because they're evil.
They're evil. And people go on the scale every day. They get obsessive. It can make their day or it can break their day. I mean, why do that to yourself? I'm not in your life, and I hope you don't do that, because honestly, you can go from drinking a lot of water, weighing yourself, and the next thing you know, you're up a few pounds, you know?
I try to use that as a positive reinforcement. I'll get up in the morning. I'll do my morning run to the bathroom. And I should say, I weigh myself. Then I go to the bathroom. And then I come back to the scales like, yeah, I lost 4 pounds.
Exactly. Right. Right. So you get it. You know, there's different times of the day you can weigh yourself. There's different things that you eat that will retain weight. There are ways that you can drop 4 or 5 pounds in a day. I say all that to say that the scale itself wouldn't be how I would necessarily diagnose someone for being overweight or obese. So I don't know. I say throw the scale away. That's me.
Since we're talking food, on your personal social media, you had a question you put out there. I'll let you tell the question, and that'll be the tease.
Okay.
For our next segment.
All right. So basically, I put it on social media because we were debating it in my Pilates class. We talked about the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We said, does everybody eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? And what was most alarming is that some people have never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Lies.
No, but more peanut butter or more jelly, and we'll talk about that when we get back.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. Claudine Cooper joins us in the studio on Wellness Wednesday. We're live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
As we continue Wellness Wednesday here on Later with Mo Kelly. Last segment, we had Claudine Cooper set up the tease as far as peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Go ahead, Claudine, reset it.
Well, the first thing is, in my classes, I always do my best to try to get to know the people who take the classes. It's not enough for me to just work you out. I still want you to actually build community and make friends in the class. So we talk about a really light topic almost every day. The topic I came up with was, because I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, more peanut butter, more jelly. But the most alarming part was there were people who had never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
How is that possible?
A few of them said they're picky. They don't like peanut butter and jelly.
How can they say that if they've never had it?
It doesn't look appetizing.
Okay. All right. So I weighed in on that because you posted it on your social media.
Yes.
Always more peanut butter is better. And what I mean by that is I grew up, I would eat just peanut butter sandwiches. I didn't need the jelly. Too much jelly makes it too sweet. And I like the taste of peanut butter, especially crunchy. You know, I need bits of peanuts in there.
Gotta be crunchy. Oh, it can't look like this. Whatever's this on YouTube, it cannot look like
nasty.
this.
Daniel, that's a nasty ass peanut butter and jelly sandwich you're putting on our YouTube show.
No. We need the crunchy and we need the light jelly. But then Chris on Facebook was saying, oh, you like more peanut butter. You must like a glue stick on the top of the roof of your mouth. I was like,
just eat smaller bites. I mean, it's not that damn hard.
Listen, one thing I love to do though, I love to find these little topics where people disagree. You like it like this. I like it like this. and still have fun while debating a subject that's not so heavy that we have to argue to the death. You know, it's just something to show people we can disagree, we can have different perspectives, but yet at the end of the day, we can laugh, we can still be friends. I don't have to assassinate your character just because you like jelly on
but it's more fun to assassinate someone's character.
I know
it really
you like
is.
that. I know you like that.
I like dunking on fools.
See, me, I like to keep it light. I like to just find out, do you eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? And going back to what you were saying earlier about the schools that are getting awarded these wellness grants, I want to say that most kids that I come in contact now with are eating highly processed foods. And if we talk about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, one of the things my son loves, he loves Uncrustables. And an Uncrustable is a pre-made peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
My wife buys those all the time. I took one bite out of an Uncrustable and I threw it in the trash.
Can't get into it.
It's not peanut butter and jelly. It's like a pita sandwich of peanut butter and jelly.
It's almost like they mix the peanut butter and the jelly.
Right.
Or something. Yes.
I need mine separated.
And that's a highly processed version of the old school favorite, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So the thing I really do feel like has increased the obesity of our children is the process, because we're eating similar things, but the process is different. If you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in the house and you make it yourself with your own peanut butter, with your own jelly, it's got a different effect than if you buy a frozen Uncrustable, drop it in the freezer, and now it can stay in there for 35 years and still be edible. There's a process on it.
And also higher in sodium as preservatives go. Yeah, all of it is bad in that regard. My wife likes them. I won't touch the Uncrustables. Mm-hmm. I'm not to pick on them. I'm just saying I'd rather make it myself.
And with a lot of the foods that we see children eating right now, they're getting so far away from making it themselves because we are in an instant society, not just with food, but with a lot of different things.
In 7th grade,
yes,
my teacher was Mitzi Edwards. Don't ask me why I remember that. And they called it home ec back then.
Yes.
We learn cooking, sewing, just general skills that you'd be able to use. Do they have home ec anymore?
They do not have home ec. I will say that my daughter, my second born daughter specifically, was an avid chef. And to this day, she cooks really great meals when she's in the mood. But for the most part, the effort that it takes to cook a really good meal is prep time, cook time, wait time, clean time. And so she'd rather go get something to eat. Because again, going back to what we have encountered with our children and the way that they're being raised in the culture of technology is that they would rather just zone out on the phones, or they would rather have something really quick that doesn't require patience and time.
So they're lazy and won't get off their ass to cook something. Going back to home ec, I learned how to cook French toast as one of the first dishes we learned. And if you're not old enough to know, home ec is short for home economics.
That's right.
Where you would learn these skills, these life skills, which would help you along. Part of it was cooking. We learned how to make French toast with the vanilla extract, all of that, the cinnamon, and I still make it to this day. And I wonder if kids today, and I call them kids, young adults, are learning anything like that in a school environment. I don't know if they have wood shop, or I don't know if they have metal shop anymore. I don't know. We actually had an automotive classes where you would learn about cars, how to change oil, check the carburetor, back when cars had carburetors. I don't know what kids actually learn that they can apply to life outside of their academics.
Okay, so as a mother who has recent graduates, one who's getting ready to graduate college, one graduated high school, and one in high school, I can tell you that although they're not learning wood shop and they're not learning automotive repair as they did when we were in high school, we're in a new world. And we have to embrace the fact that they don't need automotive. You just said back when
They don't
cars
even drive.
Right. They would rather take an Uber. What they are learning and what I'm learning from my children is how to move with technology and how to build with technology, how to sell with technology, how to market with technology. There are so many more things that they are learning that we've never had to apply, but that apply to this brand new world.
Making me feel awful damn old, I tell you, out of touch and obsolete. I'm going through a super late midlife crisis right about now.
Well, don't do that. Don't do that. What I will tell you is this. It's never too late to learn something new.
Old dog. New tricks. Claudine Cooper. Have you started back your free workouts yet?
Saturday is our lunch day.
Aha!
So this Saturday, 9 a.m. at the Hollywood Park Retail District in Inglewood, California, right on the SoFi Stadium campus, I will be hosting a free community workout open to all. And that is 9 a.m. And the drive-in is on 97th and Prairie. The parking is validated. The farmer's market is adjacent to the workout. And
the workout's going to kick your ass.
You know, I mean,
No.
you can do as much as you want or
I've done
as
it
little
a couple
as you
times,
need to.
and I didn't like you either time.
We don't have to be friends during the workout, but afterwards, it's all good.
Mark, you going to come out and join us one time?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, Mark, for not lying to me. I appreciate you.
Saves time.
Yes, it does.
It's Later with Mo Kelly. Claudine, it's always great to see you. Hopefully it won't be so long before we see you again.
I hope I'm here next week. See you guys soon.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. It's Later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere on YouTube at Mr. Mo Kelly and the iHeartRadio app. And let me tell you about this nudist resort. You would think that if you're at a nudist resort, life would be simpler, but maybe not. A group of current and former residents at a Southern California nudist resort are suing the new owners, alleging that these new owners are forcing the nudists to wear clothes, and they've been threatened with eviction, and allegedly they're enduring unsafe living conditions. The lawsuit was filed by tenants of Olive Dell Ranch in Colton, and it claims the new management has neglected the property, and they're trying to make it so uncomfortable for the nudists where they'll be more inclined to move out. This is Nancy Reeder. One of the residents says, quote, "We're just trying to survive. We're in survival mode at this point." Residents say problems began shortly after the property changed hands. Notices appeared in mailboxes informing tenants that clothing would be required within the park at all times. Yeah, that probably would be inconvenient and probably discouraging to would-be nudists. I've never been, quote unquote, to a nude beach. I've kind of driven by one, been near one, but I've never participated in one. If you're from Southern California, you probably know about Black's Beach in San Diego. You don't know about Black's Beach?
No, do tell.
It's a nude beach in San Diego. I remember I'd gone by it, literally by it, because I was thinking about attending UC San Diego. So this is decades ago. And some of the students who were taking me around touring the campus said, and there's also Black's Beach, the nude beach. A lot of students may hang out there at times. I said, wow, really? And they took me by it. And then you see the reality. It's like,
Well, that's the unfortunate truth. The irony about nudism is that people who tend to be nudists aren't the ones you want to see without their clothes. And I can vouch for this personally because a friend of mine in college used to come pick me up when he was driving an ice cream truck to go to a nude beach in Spokane, Washington. He didn't want to go by himself. It creeped him out. And all these sagging, leathery people who would approach the ice cream truck, definitely the people you want to see naked don't want to be naked in public.
It's never Baywatch.
No.
It is not Baywatch. And I always say, when it comes to this or, swingers parties, the idea of it is usually way better than the reality.
Now, when you say that the new owner of the nude beach isn't maintaining the property, are you suggesting he doesn't maintain a well-trimmed lawn?
You're lucky that Tony knows nothing about the rim shot sound effects. So, I would have given you one on that one.
I count on him for nothing.
I wish people could see what Tony was doing in the camera. We have a live YouTube, Tony. They saw that out there. No, but I've never had any real desire to participate in a nude beach.
Are you afraid that something would happen?
No, not at all. Because
not at your age.
There's certain things that I've done in my past. I can't say that I'm proud of.
Oh, really?
But I've done some stuff.
Wait, specify the stuff.
Okay. I did, along with my fraternity brothers, we did a semi-nude step show presentation at a strip club, a women's strip club.
I don't know what that means.
You never heard of a step show?
No.
African American fraternities and sororities, they do this rhythmic dance where they perform in unison. And me and my fraternity brothers, we got up there like G-strings and everything and did a rhythmic, synchronized performance for the ladies.
Did you do the little helicopter thing with your? Please say no.
Yeah, you talking about like the baby elephant thing?
I don't want to know anymore, and I don't want to picture it either.
Like Devo, whip it good.
Don't whip it. Absolutely, keep it tucked in.
You're the one who wanted specifics.
Okay, I suppose you're right.
Tony, didn't he ask for specifics?
I was immediately sorry.
That'll learn you. Talking about education. Look at the time, right?
You look at the time.
Okay, let's talk about Superman, Man of Tomorrow when we come back. It's on deck for July 2026. And what does that mean in the wake of Superman, which just came out about a month and a half ago? Are we already ready for another Superman movie? We'll find out.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mo Kelly. Later with Mo Kelly, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and also our video simulcast on YouTube. And one of the biggest movies, or I should say the most anticipated or the most promotion behind it, was Superman, the new entry from DC Studios, written and directed by James Gunn, who also runs the DC film unit. And there was a lot of hype behind the movie. If you look at I'll say the returns, it didn't even do as well as Man of Steel. And that was the benchmark. That was the comparison point. Man of Steel by Zack Snyder, the last Warner Brothers wonderkind. And they were very different in presentations. James Gunn's Superman, which came out in July of this year, was much brighter. It was lighter as far as the thematically what it was delivering. And the Man of Steel was much darker, brooding, serious. It was a completely different idea of Superman. So you had the fan bases argue with each other as far as which was better. What we find out now is with James Gunn, he's really leaning into his Superman universe. And I say this with great affection for James Gunn. I don't think everything he does is a hit, but I like what he does generally. Superman came out this past July, as I was saying. They expect to have Supergirl for next summer. And I don't know if I'm going to be eagerly anticipating that. But they announced today that Man of Tomorrow, Superman Man of Tomorrow, is going to be coming out in July of 2027. I wonder, because I'll say the lukewarm overall success of this latest Superman movie, whether it's enough to generate the momentum to propel Supergirl next year and Man of Tomorrow.
You keep saying lukewarm, and you keep your overall interpretation of this film is somehow it did not do good when it is the highest grossing superhero film that we have had in a long time in a market that is just in general
DC movie.
No, just period. Because DC has had some very successful films to our chagrin, films we have absolutely despised just being DC films. You know, The Joker and even The Joker 2, folio crap, both of those did very well for just box office films, but this film is actually a success.
I was not making a value judgment about the movie. I'm saying the movie
lukewarm is a value judgment.
No, the box office was lukewarm.
That's not lukewarm.
Okay, it did not do as well as the previous iteration of Superman, Man of Steel.
Okay, well, I mean that's just how movies go.
Well, okay, but all I'm saying is, I don't know in a momentum sense whether that's going to be enough to propel Supergirl, where you know that you have a smaller audience for Supergirl than you would Superman.
I think that they're building up the hype for Supergirl, and I think that Supergirl's appearance in Superman was so well received based on what the story is about. I think that people are going to love it. And the fact that they put in so many draws that people within the superhero fandom community, just having Jason Momoa debut as Lobo, a character that literally is one of the most desired DC characters that people want to see on the big screen.
We've never seen.
Audience have been clamoring for Lobo from jump. Like, it is a character that we're dying to see and dying to see done right. And even when Jason Momoa was cast as Aquaman, everyone said, dude, you totally missed the mark by not casting him as Lobo. This is one of those moments where we are going to get absolute greatness, because I swear Jason Momoa, he's born to play Lobo. This is going to be phenomenal. I don't know what's happening right now.
I hope so. I'm saying it again as a fan of James Gunn. I'm just looking at the trajectory where Superman was expected and hoped to do some 800 million or so. Or
it actually was not. It actually was not. I know. That's why I'm like, I don't know where you got that,
Tony.
Someone's not supposed to make $1 billion.
Yes.
That was the hope. It was not supposed to make $1 billion.
And then in the end, they said, we'll take a double, is what James Gunn said. And a 600 million worldwide isn't even a double.
You're interpreting it not being an absolute smash success, with being a failure.
Superman.
It did well.
No one from not the new head of Warner Brothers, nor James Gunn or Peter Safran, no one said that this film was going to do $1 billion. They were literally worried that it would not do as well as it did because of all of the Snyder Bros and the hate campaign against it before it even came out.
But what's
no
the
one said that they wanted it or thought it was going to do $1 billion. Well, no one.
What's the comparison point? I mean, are you saying that it would been a non-success if it only brought in 500 million?
If it would have only brought in just barely enough to cover the cost of it, that would have been a problem. If it would have just done 200 million, that would have been like, ooh, this is a problem for this launch. It made its money back and then some, so it's fine. Oh yeah, no, it did. It did. It literally did.
I don't know.
It did.
I don't know, with all the marketing and promotion and the Super Bowl commercial.
DQ stuff.
Yes.
No, there's no DQ stuff. Hey, DQ. No.
I don't know.
Look, it didn't bring in Madam Web money, okay?
No.
It did okay.
No, the authorities totally going to be what's going to save them, right?
I don't think most non-nerds know who the authority is.
Yeah, no, not nerds don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, but James Gunn,
that was supposed to be next.
James Gunn, no, it wasn't. It wasn't supposed to be next. James Gunn is a comic book fan, and James Gunn has even said, like, you know what? I'm making a movie for people who are fans of Superman, fans of the comic, and if everyone doesn't get it, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm tired of making movies that have to cater to an audience that's like, well, I don't really know. There are literally people who are like, since when did Superman get his powers from the sun? These are some of the critiques of the overall film. And Tony, you know that's a ridiculous critique.
Of course, that one is.
For critics to have. How is he trapped somewhere where he can't get the sun and he's weaker? He's Superman. It's like, these idiotic reviews of people who don't know Superman is what James Gunn is making movies for. He's making movies to say, you know what? You can burn in hell. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm making movies for people who love comic books and are fans of the stories.
Even James Gunn said he didn't get Superman for a long time. I don't get Superman because he likes the newer style comics with all dystopian, the boys and all that stuff. That's what he likes. That's what he wants to do. Yeah. So he can't do Superman.
No.
Eric Losardo says or asks, "Are you on the DC payroll?"
Oh my God, Eric, you know better. You know that I love everything nerdy, and I've been waiting for Superman to be done right, and damn it, it was.
It was really good. I'll tell you the one that baffles me. They're making a Clayface movie, and I have no idea who was clamoring for that.
No one.
Who wants to see Clayface?
What are we doing?
Now here's the thing.
That's a one shot.
Now here's the and it could be, and he is, I'm real interested to see why you're doing a Clayface. And again, this is going to be a horror film. This is not just your run of the mill. This isn't like an anti-hero film. So he's not trying to do, like a Sony universe of anti-hero Spider-Man villains who are actually saving the day. He's
like
not doing
Sony.
That. He's actually making this a horror film, and he's like, Clayface plays to some really grotesque, body, horror, and I want to get into that. And I'm like, okay.
Well, the thing is, James Gunn has built up enough goodwill that I'll check it out, but boy, do we not need that.
I'm going to see it. I think we're all going to see it, and we manage our expectations accordingly.
Yeah.
But will the Clayface movie be as good as it was in the Batman animated series?
No, well, they're basing
probably
it
not
on that, aren't they? Aren't they basing it on one of the stories from the animated Batman?
Well, James Gunn, he always does. I mean, he pulls from the source material. He's not just making up some stuff and then say, this is going to be Clayface. He always pulls directly from source material.
Gunn is a true nerd. He goes deep.
He does.
But he keeps showing his trauma roots, too. It's like, stop it, man.
I don't think trauma and DC are mutually exclusive.
No. KFI AM640 live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulus.